This most recent Bitcoin correction basically comes to two main factors. One of them is that there is a very big chance that by October the 1st, we're going to get a US government shutdown. And also, due to the recent strength showing from Russia to NATO, we're getting a lot of fears that World War III potentially is going to get started. And due to this, of course, the market is going into extreme oversold conditions. And I want to be exactly talk about these conditions we're currently sitting in and how historically this has always played out in September for Bitcoin, and how basically the history is, of course, yet again repeating. And yes, in this video, I will be discussing some very new important charts I found out about, for example, the Bitcoin versus gold chart. But just giving gold an 8-week lead, it is just exactly copying the Bitcoin price action. And if you overlay them on each other, it looks very interesting. So this and much more will be obviously getting discussed on today's update video. I'm going to be exactly talking about this. I'm going to be talking about a massive trade I took here on Apex. And I'm going to be talking about Ethereum, obviously. So guys, this and more will be getting discussed on today's update video. Don't forget to once again slam that like button back above 1,000 likes. That would be highly appreciated. And with that being said, let me jump straight away in today's update video. So currently it is obviously a weekend, and during these weekends we usually don't get a lot of volatility on the market, and that is exactly what we're seeing today, right? Yesterday as well, basically Bitcoin has been trading in this range here, and I continue to expect this is going to be the case here. And of course, if we are going to see any breakouts, we do have a CME gap trading around 109.9 thousand US dollars. So that's a little bit higher from where we're currently trading on. But yeah, basically expect that Bitcoin is going to hover around this price also till the end of today. So of course, the reason why we are getting these fears is due to, of course, the increasing fears that the US is going to get a government shutdown. But I quickly want to be mentioning the fact that the last time this happened was in 2019. And actually in the period, the S&P 500 rose with about 10%. So that is actually a very bullish thing here. But of course, also the reason why we are right now seeing this big correction in the market is due to higher risk of a potential escalation between NATO and Russia. And this is, of course, once again sparking the World War III fears. And if we just look back at the last two times this occurred in the market, it also corresponded with major oversold conditions on the RSI, exactly like we're currently seeing as well. And also on the fear and greed index, we can start to see that the market is dipping in towards extreme fear again. So yeah, so that is of course very interesting. And if we just look back at the last 2 years, where it also was September, so in 2024, in 2023, we can basically see that every single time in September, just the moments before Q4 basically starts, we tend to see extreme fear hit the market. And yeah, this is once again exactly playing out right now, and is just once again aligning with a massive opportunity in the market. Because first of all, if I'm looking at Bitcoin, we can clearly see, if we're looking at the 4-year cycle, we should still have about 4 to 5 weeks left before historically the Bitcoin cycle top is going to be in. And of course, this is something that not exactly has to play out, but this is, of course, a very important chart to understand, because this is how Bitcoin, of course, previously in the previous cycles has topped out, of course. And at this moment of time, we're also creating a major bullish divergence on that 4-hourly time frame. And now with this consolidation right here, it is actually starting to look quite bullish in my opinion. However, I do want to be mentioning the fact that I still think we are going to drop ever so slightly lower before ultimately sending it back towards the upside, because we are building up some lower side liquidity around 107,000 US dollars. So I do want to be, of course, warn you about this fact that we're still building up some liquidity on the lower side, that if Bitcoin comes towards this level, I do believe it's going to be a very interesting zone to be, of course, accumulating. And if you want to be trading Bitcoin or anything else here, guys, I also want to recommend you to check out Apex, because Apex is, of course, a decentralized exchange. BYBIT is one of the biggest investors in this decentralized exchange. And you know the nice part about it? I bought this pair on 60 cents. I talked about it on September 25th on, this is my local time. And I talked about it. I shared you what I was basically doing. And of course, ever since then, it has been up 4x. And this is not a random meme coin. This is a great utility project, which you can definitely check out as well. But of course, if you want to be trading on this exchange, I also have a referral link in today's video description, the third link in today's video description. And if you sign up, you will also get an extra insane deposit bonus on the Apex exchange. And of course, you will be just trading completely off the radar without using, of course, a centralized exchange. So if this sounds interesting for you, make sure to check it out in that video link description of today's video. Also, make sure to check out if you want to be trading Apex with leverage. You can currently do it. There are not many places where you can actually trade this pair with leverage. So yeah, if you want to be trading over here, check it out in today's video description. Further on, I do want to be discussing some more things about Bitcoin, about what we're currently seeing. And that is that, of course, also, if you're just zooming out right now, you can see that on this 3-day time frame, this is a major level of resistance, this one as well. And for me, only if we break this box right here, it is going to give me the bear market confirmation. But as long as we're not breaking below this zone right here, I don't think we are going to get a bear market confirmation. So for me, this is still a zone where I'm accumulating. So I'm definitely going to continue to do so. And here on the daily time frame as well, you can clearly see it. I remain to be believing that this is a great accumulation zone until, of course, we're definitely going to be breaking below it. Then it's definitely going to be looking a little bit more bearish. So, and also before going deeper in towards Ethereum, I quickly want to be discussing the chart of gold, because a very interesting chart is this, is because if you overlay the gold chart on top of Bitcoin and give it an 8-week lead, you can just clearly see that the Bitcoin chart is exactly aligning with gold on the most previous rallies, on the most previous consolidation phases, and it is indicating we're about to get a major rally into October. So very exciting if this is going to be playing out as well. Then, of course, also on the weekly time frame on Ethereum, we can currently start to see that we're creating a massive upward sloping support line. And ultimately, if we're just looking at Ethereum right now, you can see it is retesting this major weekly previous resistance level. And whenever we retested it, we bounced from it. But ultimately, I said it already in my videos before while we were retesting this level. I said, I am accumulating Ethereum on spot right now. But people are asking me, okay, when are you going to open up this new crazy trade on Ethereum? Because, of course, currently I still am in my trades. I'm currently locked down on the WeX exchange, but I'm still currently in my trades here. And I am going to scale in towards even bigger trades on Ethereum, only in the case that we're going to come down to 0.618 here. So if we come back towards this level, I'm going to aggressively scale in towards even bigger positions on Ethereum. But for now on, I am only doing spot buying. And of course, if you want to be trading with me as well, make sure to join the VIP Telegram group, which you can find in the second link of today's video description. There I'm giving all my updates on my trades in real time. So make sure to for sure join it right now here. But if we come back towards this level, maybe in the coming weeks, maybe something bad is going to be happening, war is going to escalate or whatever, I do think that is a great zone in my opinion. Anyways, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.